Hello and welcome to Summer's Good Time. Today's video is going to be a WIP Chat, a little bit different than normal. I am not home. I had put up a community post a couple days ago. My daughter Trinity, who I have mentioned before, is chronically ill. She got really sick. What we thought was a cold on Saturday, and well, I'm going ahead of myself. So I'm working on Leo by Chrissabug from Diamond Art Club. It's round drills, 20 by 30 inch or 50.7 by 75.9 centimeters. I'm using the black squeezy side tubes. That's what I'm using for storage. I have my favorite pen, like always, my favorite tray, like always. That's where we're at. So, I haven't done a lot of diamond painting, so this week, this is all the diamond painting I've done because, like I said, my daughter Trinity is chronically ill. And last weekend, she started not feeling good. And like it was like Thursday or Friday, she was just off. She was a little bit restless and just off. Well, then Saturday, we had a birthday party for my aunt. I'm sorry, Trinity. You're occluded. Straighten your arm, dude. Trinity's IV machine mad at us. Hold on. I'm gonna pause. Okay, sorry about that. Trinity's IV got occluded, and we had to call the nurse. So I don't even know where I was at. I think I said, we'd gone to my aunt's birthday party, her 74th birthday party on Saturday, and I had noticed that Trin wouldn't eat. And then Trin had a Friday night. I was like, wait a minute here, what's going on? And she said, I really just don't feel good. I want to go home. And so we, said our goodbyes and we went home. And then by Sunday, she told me something's wrong. And so we went to the nearest local ER because our old nearest ER that kind of knew her and worked with UCSF with us a lot has closed. So we went to our newest closest ER, and the guy did some chest x-rays and stuff because Trinity was having chest pain and all that. And he said, oh, it's an upper respiratory infection. Take, 1,000 milligrams Tylenol and continue her Reglan because she has a script for Reglan. And she should be fine. Not a big deal. Okay, sounds good. We went home. All day Monday, Trinity was just miserable. She was not good. By Tuesday, even on Reglan, she was still nauseous and having a not good time in the restroom. And I'm trying to diamond paint on the table that they put over the hospital bed, and I don't have a lot of room. And so then she started when she was having her little emesis episodes. She had blood in it. So back to the ER we went because I was like, oh hell no. So that was Tuesday. So we get back to the same ER on Tuesday, and it was a different doctor, and the chest x-ray this time was not clear. And she said, I think she has pneumonia, but I'm a little concerned because it's Trinity. She's like, let's go ahead and do a CT to be on the safe side. Okay, let's do it. And when they did the CT scan, they found some concerning things. So they had us go home, pack a bag, and come to San Francisco and go through the ER process because it's faster to get it in that way than being transferred right now. We have a hospital shortage in California. It's not even funny. So we did that. We got here. We got to the ER, and we thought everything was relatively okay. We thought possible pneumonia, but there was just some things that were concerning on the CT scan for the ER doctor. No big deal. Well, it was a big deal. Trinity has once we got to San Francisco, UCSF, not Benioff. We used to be Benioff. This is our first time at the adult side at PARNASSUS. while in the ED here, she was no longer able to breathe on like a normal person. And so she got put on 6 liters of, the normal air, like in a hospital, like a small little cannula. And it was not good. And they were running a lot of tests, and she got admitted, but there wasn't any beds. So we were admitted, but we were still downstairs in the ER waiting for a bed. And that was Wednesday night. And then on Thursday, we were still down there in the ED, and we had a private room and stuff down there, but it was just things. And so, like, on Thursday, she kind of stayed the same, but she wasn't doing well, and they told us she had pericarditis, and they weren't sure if she had pulmonary edema or pneumonia. So they started testing for anything and everything that could cause pneumonia, because the pericarditis could easily be caused by, Trinity has a disease called BEHCET'S, BEHCET'S, BEHCET'S. And it is a vasculitis. So it's not uncommon. It's not really common, but it's not unheard of, I should say, for the BEHCET'S to attack the pericardium and you get pericarditis. It's one of the known heart complications. So that we're like, okay, that's not a big deal. And a lot of times pericarditis is idiopathic and you never know why. But with the pulmonary edema and the fluid in the lungs, since they couldn't find a bacterial, viral, parasitic, or fungal reason for it, it suggested that she was possibly having some kind of heart failure we were missing. So lots and lots of tests were happening, going from the ED and whatnot. Well, then on Friday, we're still down in the ED, waiting for a bed upstairs. And she declined fairly rapidly, and ended up by the end of Friday, she was on 20 liters of high flow oxygen at 100% saturation. I think the it was bad. I don't want to go into like all the details, but it was bad. She couldn't breathe, and then she was basically she was bumming. We'll just put it that way. And Mama was scared out of her mind. Scared out of her mind is what I was. And it was just a lot. And then when she did the decline real quick, we got a lot more scans a lot more quickly. And they decided they were going to do what is called a THORACENTESIS, where they stick a needle in the lungs and draw the fluid, because they wanted to test it, because they're trying to figure out where is this fluid coming from, because it's fluid, it's not infection, so it's not pneumonia, it's pulmonary edema. And the pericarditis should not cause that. And they have done multiple ultrasounds and other scans, echocardiograms and stuff on her heart, and her heart appears fine except for the pericarditis. And when they went to go do the thoracentesis, I will put the name of the spelling of the word here because there's a lot of big words. When the attending, because UCSF is a teaching hospital, so when the attending went to go do it with the residents, Trinity was like literally borderline at the point where they have to do a risk versus reward because it's so close to the guidelines. And the attending decided that the risk was not worth the reward and halted the procedure. But then he used Trinity as a guinea pig to explain why her scenario resulted in him canceling it, even though we really need the information rather than going ahead to the students. So Trinity was a good sport and let him do that and let the residents practice their ultrasound technique of finding the placement and his little key points they have to look for to do it properly, and he made them show him what he was talking about themselves of why he didn't want to do that, and he asked a lot of medical questions. I learned a lot because they let me actually put my phone up like with the camera on, but not recording, so Trinity could see what's going on behind her because she was extremely nervous, as you can imagine. But that was really, really nice of him. And like we weren't recording, she was just able to see what was happening behind her. And I had to keep. She would tell me, "Mom, it turned off." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry," because I was watching, live. But she's like, the camera keeps timing out. I'm like, "I'm sorry. I'm more interested in what's happening back there." So we got a little education on that. That was really neat. I'd never seen an ultrasound uh, coming from the back looking into the lungs. I've seen a lot of ultrasounds other directions, but not like that. I've also seen Trinity's heart multiple times beating this week. That was pretty neat. There's been a lot of ultrasounds. um, and so they decided to just increase the Lasix, which is like a diuretic, because it seemed to have been working. And then, so today, what day is it? What day is it, Trinity? What day of the week? Oh, so today's Sunday. So that all was went on Friday and Saturday with the yesterday. And then, oh, I hit the microphone. I'm so sorry. Today we got to start. Was it today or last night when they start weaning you from the high flow oxygen? I think it was this morning that uh, respiratory started weaning her from the high flow. Um, we called him Big Bubba because it's like a really big blue tube feeding her oxygen instead of the normal nasal cannula that you're used to seeing. This is the big boy, so we called him Big Bubba, and she currently has the small one now down at 5 liters. I think is what we're at now, and on the small cannula, but we have a little tank on a rolly rack thing, and so his name is Fred. We have Little Fred and Big Bubba, so we're liking being with Little Bubba. Not Little Bubba, Little Fred. Big Bubba's scary. Big Bubba was real scary. I cried a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I think I cried more than she did. So the current plan is because the attending, that's the big guy, I call him the important one because they keep massacring his name real bad. Like I've said it 7 times and said it 7 different ways. He has decided that he wants to check with a consult with a specialist that's not here. So the consult is supposed to be tomorrow because he's not happy with how the hypoxia is, what the diagnosis of how she couldn't breathe on her own. And I mean, it was not just a little hypoxia; she had a lot of hypoxia or whatever. Like, and it went literally within. She was at 5 liters of oxygen down to 20. I would say in less than 3 hours. That's how fast she deteriorated, and it scared the crap out of poor Lorenzo, her nurse in the ED. Sorry, Lorenzo, if you ever see this. She didn't mean to scare you. And then we had an awesome respiratory therapist here. His name was Dexter. He was our favorite. He was awesome. He got her set up on all the high flow oxygen and all that stuff. We liked him. And then her residents have been real great. We have one that's going to be a nurse practitioner, and his name is Jimmy, and he's super tall. And then we have Olivia, and they are in like the doctor medical residency program. And so they're taking point, basically. And but we like them a lot. We also have seen all the specialties from cardio, rheumatology, GI, dermatology, pulmonology. There's been a lot of people. Well, and then I guess one of Trinity's tests today or yesterday or someday, one of these days, because I'm recording on Sunday night, came back with some questionable liver enzymes or something. So we had to get an ultrasound on her liver today. So we're waiting on the results of that back. And we're waiting to hear what the consult guy says, because the the attending, he is not comfortable with Trinity going home just yet. He said, like the residents were trying to get us home by Wednesday, and he said he's not feeling comfortable rushing it, or even he goes, he wants to know for sure because it's 3 hours for us to get from the central. Oh no, I lifted my trap door and all my drills are falling out. They're going to be on the floor and the housekeeping's going to be mad. Hold on, guys. Get in. I didn't go on the floor. Hold on. Beep. Am I filming? Yes, I'm filming. Okay, I was like, I would be so mad if I did all of that and I was not recording. I'm a little bit out of it. My feet are swollen, twice the normal size. I have cankles because I was sleeping, basically sitting in a chair and taking cat naps in my car out in the parking garage while she was still in just the room in the ED. And it wasn't until, what night was it? Friday or Saturday night that we got a room. We've been in this room 2 nights. This is day 3, right? I think we came in here like real late Friday night, like Saturday morning. I think it was like 1 o'clock. So I'm having a little bit of edema in my feet. They're a little bit puffed. But I have the terminology, the first lesson for diamond painting summer school. That is filmed before Trinity got sick. And I have pieces of the other videos recorded and whatnot, but I do not have everything here in San Francisco with me because it's 3 hours away. And I had just brought Leo with me because it was boxed. The kit was still in the box. The canvas, it was already kitted up and it was real easy, small. So I grabbed it, but I do have Midnight Cat and Flowery Calf course materials with me. And so I'm filming this it's Sunday night at what time, Trinity? The 18th? At 8:15 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to try to do some filming once the hospital, visiting hours just ended at 8. But like once things like settle down for the evening, I'm going to try to get some filming in. We just did the changing of the guard is what we call it when the nurses change shift at 7:30ish. But they're going to have to come in and give Trinity all her meds and all that stuff. So once all that's wound down and we're pretty good for a couple hours, then I'm going to try to do some filming for you guys and for myself, because what you saw when I started this video, just a little bit that was done, that's all the diamond painting I've done since Tuesday. And this is a very big part of my mental health and my non-smoking thing. I did not pick up a cigarette, you guys. I would like everyone to be proud of me. As stressed out and crazy as this has been, and this is the first time Trinity's been admitted for something scary when I didn't have my now ex-husband with me, or at least able to depend on. And I did not smoke. So, yay me. I had a couple of minutes where I really, really wanted one, but I did not succumb. A big shout out to my daughter Crystal, Trinity's older sister. She is at my house babysitting my dogs and Trinity's cat. So Jack is okay. And my mama, she's been running Crystal in and out when she needs help and taking supplies for the animals to Crystal. And my cousin Shelly's been amazing. We have a lot of people praying for Miss Trinity. It's been one of the roughest weeks of my life, honestly. It's been real scary, and but she's doing good now. So like we're down to 5 liters of oxygen on low Fred. They finally have her pulse down. Even when we're moving, it's staying in a normal healthy range. We've seen some scary heart rates this week. And she's finally eating again. She ate, I think, was it last night? Was the first time you ate? Yeah, so she started finally eating again last night. She'd gone 8 or 9 days without food, and like she just couldn't. So we're doing better, and I have no idea when I'm going to be home. But so that means that if I cannot film the videos of the quality that I want to film for Diamond Painting Summer School, with the materials and information and stuff I have here, I am going to first try to reach out to a couple of wonderful women I know in the diamond painting community and ask if I can get an assist, because I did give you guys a schedule. Never in a million. Trinity hasn't been hospitalized in over 2 years. I thought we were basically out of the woods. I had no idea that my life was going to get hijacked. So, like, I have my schedule for school out, and so, but Tuesday's video is already up on the channel. I mean, not like it's ready to be published. It's scheduled to be published and available to you guys Tuesday morning. I think 5 a.m. Pacific. But I don't know if I will be able to finish the anatomy video, which is the second lesson, in time for Thursday. I don't know, especially considering that I have limited space. I'm still in Trinity's little over the bed table to diamond paint on, and I'm sitting in the most uncomfortable chair in the world, and I am entirely too short for the table in this chair. And I don't want to put out. I was really proud of my diamond painting somersault concept, and I put in a whole ton of work in the planning and the getting the materials ready and like outlining what I want the videos to be. And I mean, I know I am the first one to tell you, sometimes you have a plan for a video and that crap goes 6 ways wrong. But I feel like I don't want this to be done just to be done, if that makes sense. I would rather give myself some sick days or something and just delay the course content than to put out videos that I don't feel address everything that I wanted to address. Because the concept of the diamond painting summer school was, if someone is brand new to diamond painting or diamond painting YouTube, you know, like listening to other people, that it would give them a very comprehensive guide just in one playlist. And I think it's like 12 to 14 lessons or something like that, if you count like orientation and yada yada. But like the terminology video is scheduled to go up Tuesday. So if I'm just gonna, as soon as I edit this, I'm releasing this. I'm not gonna schedule it. It's just gonna go live as soon as I'm done, because I don't even know how long it's gonna take to upload this on guest internet at the hospital. I might have to like hotspot my phone. But I was so Trinity started doing better yesterday, Saturday, and you know, it was yesterday when they started weaning. She started doing better because she had her visitors here. She had a couple of buddies come visit. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Jonte. And so while Trinity had visitors, I jumped over into Susie's, and that's crafting with Susie. Suzette's her live, because I was like, I need adult people who are talking about something that is fun and happy and not hospital stuff. So I hopped over there for a little bit, but then there was people in and out discussing changes to Trinity's treatment plans and all that stuff. So I had to jump off early, which made me sad. But I was able to be like, see Whitney, see Susie, and say hi, and Shanta from Book Club. Oh, if y'all don't know, Crafting with Susie and oh, I can't remember the whole channel name. Shanta, I'm sorry, but Shanta and Susie, they're doing a book club, and they started a group over on Facebook. I don't remember the name of it because I'm really tired and I've hardly slept. But if you run over to Susie or Shanta's channel, I'm sure there's going to be videos about it. And I think we're starting in July, and I know I went and voted for my choice for the first book for July, or the book for July, or however it's going. I was all excited about that, and then boom, Trinity hijacked my life. But it's okay. It's what they're supposed to do. They're our babies, right? And so I'm still in San Francisco and have zero idea of when we are going home. 0 idea. And I am 100% in agreement with the attending that he would like to have more information due to the 3-hour drive home to have a little bit better idea that we know we can keep her stable for that drive home, and then we won't be worried about getting back if something happens, because Trinity's medical history scares the local doctors. I'm not even gonna lie, and a lot of times they have to Google for BEHCET'S disease. It's so rare. I think the last time I was reading on it, it's less than 20,000 people in the U.S. with her disease. So it's very, very uncommon. And there's like one paragraph in like the medical textbooks about it. But if you've seen Flatliners, the new one, not the old one, they actually said the word BEHCET'S in that movie. And I was like, hey, I know that. So I was excited. I just wanted to place the crystals, the L783. I forgot. I think they call these iridescent. These iridescent diamonds. But aren't they pretty? I'm so excited. I love them so much. So this is basically an update. My channel content might be light for a little bit because I had content that was going up through, I don't even know what day. And then I had this content that was, or the terminology video was already filmed and ready to go Tuesday, but I didn't have any content for the weekend. And there was no filming in the ED. It was psycho. It was some psycho stuff. Like, that's a scary place. And to all of you nurses, doctors, nurse practitioners, patient care techs, respiratory therapists, all of you, I love y'all so much. You guys do such an amazing job for people. You are blessings. Like, oh, we appreciate all you do, and we might not always be able to say it because sometimes we're a little bit scared and irrational and sometimes upset when we're face to face. But we do appreciate you so much, and y'all went through it during COVID, so many thanks from our household to you. And I am all about appreciating our healthcare workers. I am all about it. I ain't all about the security at the hospital that like takes my scissors and won't let me bring my scissors in to do my diamond painting, but that's a different story. But that's where we are, and I'm gonna just get off here and try to get this uploaded so at least everybody knows what's going on. I did a community post, but it was very vague, just because my brain was not. I was not functioning on all cylinders. I still don't think I am functioning on all cylinders. But Trinity, like I said, it's pericarditis, hypoxia. We're really hoping that this liver ultrasound comes back with nothing that, whatever. I do not know when we're leaving. I will probably be posting in the community post if I know something. I'll try to get more content up, but no promises. And I'm not even going to apologize for that because my kid comes first. This is my YouTube channel is literally a hobby. So my kid comes first. And I'm good. You good, Trinity? You feeling better? No. She's talking. She wasn't talking for a lot of days, and that scared the crap out of her mama. She's talking, and she finally asked for her Nintendo Switch and her phone. So I think we're moving up. We're back to eating, and I think she's ready to go home too. But she's like, let's not rush things. She's going to end up back here. She said, I'd rather be here longer and not have to come back. And I cannot blame her for that. So that's all I'm going to do. I am so tired. I'm going to call it. I might continue working on this, but I cannot even believe that I've been able to film this long without being interrupted by nurses. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want to. Hit the like, leave a comment. Trinity will accept all get well wishes and prayers. She is very open to all that. Send good juju, whatever your flavor, we're good with it. And until next time, we love y'all. Bye bye.